When I was younger, we would spend a week at the beach every single summer. Family would come down, and I still remember playing in the sand, building sand castles, running in the waves, and of course, eating peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, which were my favorite. As I got older, I spent more time in my aunt and uncle's house. They had a boat in Huntington Harbor, and we would jump off the dock and we would jump off the boat and just play endless hours in the sand. I still remember getting out of the water, drying off, and feeling itchy from the saltiness of the water. And I could still remember the smell of the salty sea air. In the 21st century, we don't really think much about salt, other than how it tastes within our food. We know if there's too much or too little. In fact, we definitely know when there's too much or too little on chips and salsa. However, in the ancient world, salt was really important. It's a really important commodity. In fact, they would often call it white gold. Roman soldiers could be paid in salt. We actually get the word salary from the Latin word salarium, which means salt money. You could even pay taxes with salt. But beyond that, salt was used to preserve food, given the fact there were no refrigerators. Jesus in Matthew's gospel says, "You are the salt of the earth." You're the salt of the earth. And he's using this metaphor to tell believers that you're to sprinkle goodness and love and the way of Jesus in the world, wherever you live and work and where you play. Over the past year, our visioning team has worked really hard to take a deep dive in understanding who we are as a church. What are our values? In other words, what are the behaviors of our church? And it just so happens that the values of our church spell out the acronym SALTY. Each one means something different. The S in SALTY stands for servant driven, which means when we see a need, we choose to serve. The A in SALTY stands for all generations, and we believe that God works powerfully through every generation, young and those who are a little more seasoned at life, and everyone in between. The L stands for life together. We believe that you shouldn't walk through life alone, but that we should be doing it together. This is what the first century church modeled. The T stands for transformed faith. We believe that faith changes everything. Everything. It's what grounds us and ties us to Jesus as a body of believers. And the Y means yielding to the Spirit. We believe that we should follow the Spirit's lead and not our own plans. You are the salt of the earth. Salty. It's much more than just an acronym. It's a way of being. It's a way of living in this world. Over the next 2 months, we're taking a deep dive looking at our salty values through a biblical lens, understanding what they mean. And my hope is that you would walk away knowing what it looks like to embody saltiness in Irvine and beyond. My hope is also that you would join us in our mission, that we're to know Jesus deeply, to live life authentically and lead others to Him. Salty is so much more than an acronym. It's a way of life. It's a way in which we sprinkle God's love and His goodness into the world. So I invite you into this journey, and I'm looking forward to the next 2 months together.